Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the Pythagorean Theorem. So the first thing I'm going to do is just talk what the Pythagorean Theorem is and how we use it. So the Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where c is the hypotenuse of the right triangle. Okay? And the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle, or it's always the longest side. And we can use this to determine missing side lengths of right triangles. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my sides in my picture. I'm going to label my hypotenuse first. So I'm going to draw my little arrow out from the right triangle, and that gives me C. And then my other two sides are A and B. And then I'm going to plug the values for A, B, and C into the Pythagorean theorem. So my A is X, my B is 11.9, and my C is 14.7. So that becomes 11.9 squared is 141.61. And then 14.7 squared is 216.09. Then I will subtract 141.61. That leaves me with x squared equals 74.48. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the square root of both sides. And that gives me x equal to 8.6 rounded, which is my value for A. Okay. Then, down here, if I wanted to leave it in simplest radical form, okay, so I'm not going to be using decimals this time, I'll be using whole numbers instead. I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to label my sides, A, B, and C, and then plug them into the formula. So I have 8 squared plus x squared equals 16 squared. This is 64 plus x squared equals 256. And if I subtract 64, x squared is equal to 192, which when I take the square root of 192, and that makes me 8 square root 3.